So I'm with Alec now, and we've come down to look at some herbicide trials that we've got here at Nocton. Alec's just been explaining to me that he's looking at a number of different situations here with regards to herbicides, cultivation, tines and hand weeding in winter bean crops. So Alex, do you want to perhaps just walk us through the tour so that people can see what it is that you're looking at and anything that you've picked out that you think's sort of quite interesting to note?
Yes, so we are in front of the herbicide trial. It's a spring bean herbicide. It was drilled quite late in the season on a light soil. This is why bean is not happy, but it was a very good site for weeds. So because we have a lot of other trials around and we could not use a glyphosate, I want to start with the clean site. We decide to use a little bit of cultural control and play a little bit with it. Mm-hmm. So we start from situation, the field look like more or less like that.
Yeah, so for people who are sort of listening on the podcast, what we're looking at really is a field that hasn't been touched, and it's like a green carpet of weeds, a proper spectrum of weeds right across it, and we're on very light sort of sandy soil here, aren't we, as well? So you started from quite a low base, really.
Yes, so that's what we started with. First cultivate with power harrow, which caused with that soil was very, very loose, so it was very easy mechanically to eliminate, to get rid of the weeds. Then on a set of trial we use just tines after the cultivation to kind of like comb all the weeds which left on the surface. Mm-hmm. And after that we come and do the hand weeding with that which we could spot on the surface. So that way we start from clean trial. And
is this before you drilled the beans?
Before we drill the beans.
All pre
and we have the photo that I came to the same site 3 weeks after drilling when the plant's emerging, and the site was pretty clean. There was absolutely no weeds. So I think it's a nice alternative if you cannot spray or because of the wind or you don't have pesticides available. It could be an option. And this year we decided to compare how much hand weeding give extra result in a number of weeds. Mm-hmm. Because hand weeding is of course extremely slow, but it's the best method to get rid of them. The most, I would say, effective, because you can get rid of all of them, but from time point of view and cost point of view, it's the less efficient.
You're not going to be doing that in a big field.
No one will be doing it. So big section of the trial was done with all three methods. So we used 3 cultivation tines and hand weeding. Yeah. And on the top of it we use different combination of herbicides. And for example, here we have a quite nice situation when the plot is relatively clean. And
so what treatment has this had, Alec? Can we see what the...
This is, unfortunately, this is confidential.
Oh, this is a private trial.
But yes, so we hope this will go through.
Yeah.
And here is untreated. When you see a lot of fat hen, especially fat hen.
There's quite a lot of difference in here, isn't there? So we're seeing quite a lot of fat hen at the bottom of this.
You have potatoes,
potato volunteers,
field pansy, black bindweed. So there's quite few weeds. And
so this is indicative of what this would all look like
if you just
left it
without
after cultivation and tines and hand
without pesticides. Yeah. So we kind of go from situation when the site was practically looking like a green carpet to the situation when you look few seconds ago, the untreated plot looks of course still very weedy, but definitely 10 times better than the other one. And here we have trials when there was no hand weed, so there was just cultivation and tines, and you can see that there's a little bit more weeds, and even if it looks a little bit weedier, if we look on our data, the number of weeds is not that much different. Even if it visually looks worse, it's mainly because of that one which survives are bigger.
Yeah.
There's not that much, the numbers of which is not much higher compared to that one which were done. We get hand weeding on the top of tines, so it means that probably hand weeding is not the best way to. It kind of give you 20% of the effort, give you 80% of the result,
Yeah.
and that 80% of effort will give you probably only 20% of improvement.
So good news then. PGRO is not going to advise farmers to go out and hand weed.
Definitely not.
Not just yet. How are you actually measuring how many weeds are in each plot then?
So in each plot we measure 1 square meter, so we have set of 3 quadrats. Each quadrat is 1/3 of the square meter. We put it randomly in the same section of the plot, so you have nice representation of every plot, and we count all the total number of weeds, but also we count the weeds by species, and we also divided them by the growth stage. So we divide them by, if we have weeds which are up to 4 leaves and bigger than that, 4 plus, so 5 and more, we keep them in separate table, because most post-M products don't deal very well with weeds which are more than 4 leaves.
Too big to control, yeah.
Too big to control. So, and later on we do the same for every of the 4 plots, 4 reps, and then we do the statistics. So we get the information not only about the number of weeds, but also about the species and what is the growth stage. And because we do assessment after pre-M and after post-M, we also get the information how effective it is. We also register the information about the phytotoxicity, so if the crops suffer because use of chemicals, how severe is that phototoxicity, and also if we see some effects on weeds, we also make information that that combination works on weeds, and we add information also what type of effect is physical effect of that phototoxicity, if this is a burning, of bleaching, or they are twisted because of the hormonal distortion. And later on we run statistics on it, and we look for significant differences between the treatments, and based on that we can take a conclusion. And because we use the same set of treatments in this is a 4th year when we use the same set of treatment, we can kind of start thinking about long term which is the best, what is the best combination, because I have to say last 4 years each of them was completely different.
Yeah.
And the weather, the winter and spring was dramatically different, and one of the best according to our data is 3.5 Nirvana plus 0.25 Centium, and it seems to be that kind of the very universal and quite robust system would give you usually above more than 80%, and in some cases now up to 95% of control. And additionally this year in that trial we will be harvesting.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, taking it through to yield as well, are you?
Yeah,
So,
yeah. There's not much data generally about the yield in herbicide trials, so this year we decided to harvest the whole trial to see also what is the correlation between weed level and the size of weeds to the yield. And because there was more and more interest about the topic of weed relation to yield, so if the data from this year will be good, we probably will want to continue this for the next 2-3 years to have some data to compare, and then PGRO will be able to give a better recommendation to grower which grow bean, but not only bean, because generally that conclusion can be translated to other crops.
Fantastic. Great stuff. Well, thank you for taking us through this trial, Alex. It's interesting to see a slightly different approach and the effect that the different establishment and crop treatment, herbicide treatments that you put through it.
The interesting thing is also, if you want to see, the path between plots was cultivating 3 times during the dry season, and it seems like it's because of the low moisture, it seems to be most effective.
So you need to come through in your cultivator every few weeks is basically the best way to get rid of it all.
Yeah, the only problem is how to do it when the crop is growing.
Great stuff. Thanks very much for that.
Thank you.